Next series of slides is on not knowing the law. Not knowing it is a threat to your family's security. Is it your plan? Is it the government's plan? What do you need to know? So let's tackle some terms. I told you what an estate is. Simply all of the assets that you own. Personal belongings, your house, other real estate, cash in the bank, in retirement accounts, IRAs, as well as any stocks or bonds, annuities or insurance policies. So there are types of ownership. I'll use a real property example, right? So a person owns a home. They either own it in their individual name, they may own it in a joint name, they may own it as tenants in common. Those are the three ways that you can own a piece of property. A single name is understandable. It's a person that has their name on the deed. What happens when they pass away? Well, their single individual name, if that's how a person owns a property at their passing, it's fixed, frozen in place, and only an estate plan or an executor or a trustee can handle that. If a person owns a property jointly, well, the survivor of the two people receives that property. It could be husband and wife. Husband passes away, wife owns it in her own name. If it's tenants in common, say brothers own a property or friends own a property, 50-50 tenants in common. Even though it's called tenants, it's still a form of ownership. And if there's two brothers, A and B, if A passes away, B owns the property alone, and then it doesn't pass through to the children of A or the spouse. It doesn't pass through to the children or spouse of A automatically. It passes pursuant to an estate plan, either a will or a trust. So in that instance, if A passed away, the heirs, Heirs, the heirs of A own 50%, and B continues to own 50%. Almost threw myself off. Now, for bank accounts or brokerage accounts, you can own a bank or brokerage account jointly. The survivor of the two people will receive the entire amount. You can own a brokerage or bank account as a payable on death account. You can own it as an in trust for account or a transfer on death account. Often I will get a telephone call and someone will present to me a scenario. The house was in my parents' name and one parent passed away. Or a parent and sibling are on it and they want to transfer. Well, it's very important to know, was it joint tenants, joint tenancy, or tenants in common? Because that will dictate how we proceed. Can we just transfer the property through a new deed and transfer documents, or do we need to go to court, obtain letters testamentary or letters of administration, and get the permission and authority to transfer the property? It all depends on the controlling document, which is the deed. And then we have advance directives. Those are documents that we utilize during life for specific purposes. There's a power of attorney, there's a healthcare proxy, there's a living will. And I'm going to get to probate, trust, and will as subject slides.